We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Star Trek Holo-Ween issue 4. This is a mini-series from IDW Comics, written by Chris Sequeira, art by Joe Eisma, colors by Charlie Kirchoff, lettered by Clayton Cowles. Editorial assist was Vanessa Rial, Heather Antos, group editor. I have cover A by Francesco Francavilla. It's okay, it does relate to what's going on in the book. So our main crew members who were disguised in these personality modes are now back to who they're supposed to be, thanks to Deanna Troi at the end of last issue, and it looks like Armis has joined Red Jack, but things are not quite what they appear. So while our heroes flee the holodeck, they still have to contend with Red Jack basically controlling the ship. They use a couple of attempts at a ruse to bluff Red Jack, but they don't work, so they have to try something else, and that means luring Red Jack out of the holodeck, and they end up on the bridge, and a MacGuffin comes into play, and we get a wrap-up of the story. Overall, I would say it's not bad. It's an okay read. It's a little bit simplistic at points, so I think this is definitely geared more toward teenagers. There's a lot of MacGuffins in here, but the twist with Armis I did not see coming, so that was a nice curveball they threw at the end of last issue. Overall, I think there's some good ideas here, so the story's fine. The art really needs a lot of work, a lot more detailing. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's definitely not the best. It's certainly not the best Star Trek art. It looks more like a Dynamite book than an IDW book, especially because a lot of times there's a lack of backgrounds or background detailing, but when the backgrounds are there, they do tend to look pretty good. And you can tell who people are, but the artist definitely needs to work on facial structure, particularly noses and necks, because people's heads sometimes look a little big for their bodies. So the art's really, really rough, but the general story premise is fine, but it's certainly aimed at teenagers. But if you find this in like a dollar bin, I would say check it out, especially if you're a big Star Trek fan. There's a lot of fan service here. There's probably something for the more hardcore Star Trek fans that the average viewer probably isn't going to really pick up on. But I thought it was okay. It's just not worth the cover price. So if you're going to check it out, definitely grab it out of a bargain bin and read it that way. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.